A new anime just came across my desk, John, and it's quite possibly the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. Maybe not, but we are talking about a pretty good show I just watched called No Longer Allowed in Another World. After the last catastrophe I watched, I needed to watch something new, good, and refreshing, and that's exactly what I did. The anime No Longer Allowed in Another World is such a unique premise, or like such a unique main character, and it was such a fun experience. This show had so many funny moments, and this time it actually is a comedy. So the genres of this show are adventure, comedy, fantasy, and isekai. So it's pretty much right up my alley. Now I was a little bit skeptical of this show because of like how the main character looks. I thought he was gonna be like edgy and cringe, but it wasn't like that at all. And honestly, throughout the show, I started really liking the way the main character looks. But anyway, let's get into the show a little bit. It's basically about the main character who gets transported into another world, as you could have guessed. And it has the basic premise of he's supposed to go and like defeat the demon lord or something. But he's just like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. And then he does. And his whole goal is to like die. That's his whole thing. That's what he wants to do. And it makes for some very, very funny scenes. It's hilarious. And honestly, I didn't know if I'd really like the comedy, but they did it very well. All of the like awkward pauses or like outlandish things that the main character says at like the worst times just fits so well, and it's actually hilarious. And I was super surprised they did the adventuring really well as well. It felt like a really well paced adventure show with just a bunch of funny moments as well. And for a show like this, the animation was surprisingly high quality. Usually for like the weird unique animes like this, the animation usually falls apart pretty quickly, but this one was really nice, and the art looked great as well. Now I was a little bit scared because the main episode had some like pretty sus scenes, so I was like, oh, don't let this be a weird show. But don't worry, don't drop it after the first episode. That was the only awkward part, the only like gooner part was like in the first episode, and everything else was completely normal and awesome. Now you could probably argue that like the story of the show has like a little bit to be desired, but everything else in the show makes up for it 100%. Like the characters look great, the characters sound great, everything looks amazing, and all of the areas they go to are like the mini arcs that are in the show are absolutely phenomenal. I love them all. And even the villains in this show are super unique so far. Very cool characters all around. The main characters party is all full of lovable and fun characters. They really didn't go wrong with a single person in this show, and I am very glad about that. And this show did something I absolutely love that not a lot of shows do, and it has to do with the soundtrack. Like the intro and outro were great, especially the outro. Very good song. And whenever there was like a really hype moment, they would play the outro song, and it was unbelievable. The song enhanced literally every scene that it was in, making the hype moments even hyper. And I feel like that's where a lot of shows like miss out on some potential. Like if you play a banger song in the action moments so many times, like 9 times out of 10, it'll make the action scene so much cooler, or like an impactful theme so much more impactful. And this show does that to perfection. Every single time it came on, it was so exciting. I absolutely loved it. Now the last couple episodes of the show had some pretty interesting events happen, so I'm very interested to see what the next season is going to do, but sadly it's not confirmed yet, so I don't know when or if it'll be coming out, but I really hope they do because I can't wait to see what comes next in these characters' stories. And of course I will absolutely be rewatching this season along with the second one if it does come out. Of course comedy is like subjective to each person, but I think they really hit with the comedy, the action, the fantasy, everything they did it amazingly. The show is kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none, but they got really close to mastering whatever they were doing. The whole show just had such high quality, and I could not get enough of it. Now, for my rating, I am going to be very, very generous with this show, pretty much just because I had so much fun watching it. I was smiling a lot of the time, and there's not many shows that can do that for me. The last one I remember doing that was this absolute peak boys love show, but that's a story for another time. Maybe I'll have to talk about that show at some point. But anyway, for my rating of this show, I am going to give it a big 10 out of 10. Now, I'm very conflicted about rating of that because I don't think it's really a 10. Like, it's somewhere in between a 9 and a 10. But since I had some fun with it, I'll just put it up at a 10 because I enjoyed the show. Now, if you're going to go and like critique the show, definitely don't expect it to be a 10, but expect it to be high quality. And also, with the show being named No Longer Allowed in Another World, I thought it was just going to be because like the main character was too strong or he did something bad or something. But I think it was around episode 3 or 4. The actual reason for that being the name was revealed, and it made the whole show so much cooler in my opinion. I won't spoil it, but I think it is a super cool moment. And honestly, it makes the name seem so much cooler as well. But yeah, I definitely do recommend checking out the show if you want like a really fun, upbeat, good vibes show. And yeah, it probably won't be for everyone, but you should definitely check it out and form your own opinion. But anyway, I think that's about all I have to say, so I'll see you guys next time.